Have you ever been talking to someone every single day, laughing, sharing, feeling genuinely seen, and then 1 week later, silence? No fight. No falling out. No dramatic goodbye. Just gone. And the worst part? You're sitting there replaying every conversation like a detective trying to solve a crime. Was it what I said on Tuesday? Was it the meme I sent? Did I use too many exclamation marks? Yeah, we've all been there. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most confusing, most painful, and honestly most common human experiences, why people suddenly lose interest. In friendships. In relationships. In you. And I promise by the end of this, you won't just understand it. You'll stop taking it so personally. Let's start at the beginning, literally, inside someone's brain. When people first connect with you, their brain lights up like a Christmas tree. Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, all the good chemicals flooding in at once. It feels electric, effortless, like you've known each other forever. Here's the problem though, that's not love. That's not friendship. That's a chemical high. And like every high, it fades. When it does, some people mistake that natural settling for losing feelings. They think something is wrong, when really, real connection was just beginning to ask for something they weren't ready to give, effort. So they leave. Not because of you. Because they were chasing a feeling, not building something real. Now let's talk about something nobody warned us about in school, attachment styles. Some people, and there are a lot of them, grew up in environments where depending on others meant getting hurt. So their brain quietly made a rule: the closer someone gets, the more dangerous it is. These are avoidant people. And here's the cruel irony: the better things are going between you two, the more they panic. You have a deep conversation? They pull back. You spend a perfect day together? They go cold. You finally feel close? They disappear. It's not you being too much. It's them being terrified of something they actually want. Which is both sad and incredibly frustrating, I know. Here's another one that stings a little. Sometimes people don't fall for you. They fall for the idea of you. In the beginning, they fill in the gaps with their imagination. They project their perfect friend, their perfect partner onto you. And for a while, the fantasy holds. But then you do something very inconvenient. You act like a human being. You have a bad day. You have needs. You say something imperfect. And just like that, the illusion cracks. They drift. And you're left confused because you didn't change, you were just real. That's not your failure. That's their inability to love something genuine over something imaginary. Now, and I want you to really hear this one, sometimes people pull away because they are drowning. Depression makes people go numb. Anxiety makes them retreat. Life stress shrinks their world down to survival mode. And when that happens, the people they care about most are often the first ones they disappear from, not because they matter less, but because showing up feels impossible. They're not ignoring you. They're barely keeping themselves above water. This doesn't make the silence hurt less. But it does mean that sometimes someone's withdrawal is an act of collapse, not rejection. And then, let's be honest, sometimes there are harder reasons. Some connections were contextual, built for a season. A shared job, a shared struggle, a shared city. And when the context changes, so does the connection. It was real. It just had an expiration date nobody acknowledged. Some people are conflict avoidant. Something shifted, maybe something you said, maybe an unmet expectation, but instead of one honest conversation, they chose a slow, quiet fade. Because silence felt safer than truth. And some people, and this is the one that really hurts, were simply never as invested as you were. The energy wasn't equal. And eventually, that gap became impossible to maintain. None of these things are a verdict on your worth. They are simply the reality of navigating other human beings who are messy, inconsistent, and often just as confused as you are. So where does that leave us? Here's what I want you to walk away with today. Most of the time, when someone pulls away, it is not a reflection of your value. It is a reflection of their capacity, their fears, their wiring, their season of life. You cannot chase someone into choosing you. You cannot love someone into being ready. And you absolutely cannot shrink yourself small enough to make an avoidant person feel safe, because that's not your job. Your job is to notice the patterns. To stop over-explaining your worth to people who aren't asking. To grieve the connections that fade, because yes, that grief is real and it deserves to be felt, and then to keep showing up, fully, for the people who actually stay. Because here's the truth that nobody talks about. The people who lose interest in you make room. Room for the ones who won't. And those people, the ones who stay, who show up, who choose you consistently, they exist. Don't let the ones who left make you stop believing that. Please subscribe if you love this video, and I will see you in the next one.